The rules sign at Wonder Waters says the pool is not the toilet, and Wonder Waters is not responsible for FRP, injuries, or death caused on premises. You can actually unlock your trailer so other people can attach to it and steal it. Speaking of trailers, some dualies in-game have gooseneck hitches, hinting that we may get gooseneck trailers in the future. There's a little sign at the end of Billy Bob and Annie Sue's driveway saying, "Do not go past this point," hinting that it's private property. Even though most house designs in Greenville are completely made up by the devs, this one is actually based off of a real one in Greenville and is actually placed in the spot it's in real life. If you're in a private server that you own and walk up to a wall and you type in "to me" in commands, it will glitch you inside. You can actually get blank plates by putting a dash at the start and pressing tab 5 times. There are some custom front bumpers, a camper shell, and a light bar at the DOT building. This truck cannot get dirty, and if you rear-end this car, it explodes. The animatronics at Hunties are based off of Greenville devs, and there's a room inside of Hunties that is based off of a NAF. At Ron's, there's a special parking spot only for Ron. The mail truck on the GVPS team is the last available Chevron, and if you press G, it says,
"You've got mail."
There's a big sign outside the fire department that tells you to check your smoke alarms. Every house in the Green Hills neighborhood is the same style except one of them, which seems to be a trailer home. On the 2022 Bullhorn Buffalo HD, there's a special color called Case IH Red, hinting to the Case International Harvester, which is found in red. The Belco 66 was actually removed, but then added back. The Rivian has an interesting lock and unlock sound that sounds like an owl. Every C7 Corvette has ambient lighting on the interior, and you can change the colors by pressing G. Inside the Greenville tax office, there's a sign saying "Hang in there," with a cat hanging on a branch. Similar to the Hunties animatronics, the umbrellas on the back porch of the lake houses are the colors of some of the devs' iconic colors. And in the sewers, there's a dead Hunty animatronic and a poster of Cat 1425 saying "I am Virus." Under the docks at the lake, there's a tiny photo of some random person wearing a Hunter t-shirt. In the Indian restaurant, there's some dev/contributors standing on the counter. One of the Joggies chip flavors is just air, which is my personal favorite, and obviously there's no crunch because it is just air. On the Super Rich menu, there's something called a rhubarb float with a trademark sign, so don't go out stealing it. You can actually kind of squat your truck, and check out this video to find out how. And on the backside of the Truck Planet sign, it says "No one reads this side," which is true. The Lighted Power store is currently being worked on, so if you're wondering where it's at, it's being worked on. And right next to it is a Greenville fan store where you can purchase Greenville t-shirts. And you cannot get burritos as your local Mexican cuisine anymore, because they're out. Under the Big Tires Plus sign, it says $10 vehicle inspection with a separated end. The 2008 Mazda RX-8 has a secret game pass called Gas. Even though Ferrari got removed, one of them is still in game under the brand Chiara. And there's a beehive at the campsite in the water park, which you can move around and lose health from. The outhouse by the watchtower has toilet paper rolls inside.
Oh, Lord. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
And if you spawn a car into the house, hop into the seat, you can glitch inside the house. On the side of the Cinex, there is a pump for hydrogen vehicles, which there was only one in game, which got removed. There's a secret hideout for the evil bunny at Cat's Park inside of the garage. There's a skate park in front of the water park with a ramp you can jump cars with. There's a certain part in the credit union that you can glitch into using a vehicle, and inside there is a room made of grass that says, "Remember kids, eat your vegetables," with a tomato and a cheeseburger. If you put the Ron Rivers Auto Group plate frame on the Western Wendigo, it replaces the Wendigo tire cover. At the first house in Lakeville, there's a wagon filled with pumpkins. Not to mention, there's some crazy street names like Road, Mile Long, Blocky, and Drive. There's a certain stop sign that has an OGVRP logo on it. There's also some crazy graves in the graveyard like Here Lies a GV Gangster, Taxi's Tire, Six Houses, and Engine's #1 in Uzi's Toscani Musica, which lies a Hyundai front bumper. If you drive your car into the water and jump out, you will be sent to heaven. There are numerous floating trees across the map. There's a flavor of ice cream at Twist called Idaho Potato. The size of Allen Insurance Agency has decreased over the years. There's a business named Crane Industries named after the developer, I'm pretty sure, even though it's not a job in-game. And you can spawn cars inside of Sahara. There's a limited time Scotty Travis Jack meal at Burger House, along with a special burger that plays sicko mode whenever you eat it. There's a corny joke on the Fiesta Rodeo sign saying, "Let's talk about it." And one of the older Ford Explorers has a breakable back glass if you hit it with an umbrella. There's also a nuke under the lake, one of the most obvious ones. And next to the pool at the apartments, there's a fallen lawn chair. Rest in peace to whoever was on it. You can also spawn cars inside of the school and host car shows in there. And there's a sign on the nurse's office in the school that says "Nurses Out." And they've also misspelled English in one of the classes. And on the 2023 Vision Rainer Climax Sport Crew Cab Optional, that was a lot, there is wood planks, a ladder, some boxes, and a putty knife. So, pretty cool. The school also has some interesting stuff like drawings on the whiteboard, fidget spinners, interactive quizzes, and a custom swag wagon poster. There are interactive tornado sirens, but only in private servers, so if you're in a public server, sorry. This house has a color that no other houses in-game have, and you cannot select this color on a different house. The grill on the BMW 3 Series opens when you turn it on. The water heater at the water park is Mitsushima branded, and the drag strip is sponsored by Rusty Gus Drunkyard. Also, in the garages at the drag strip, there's a picture of a cat in both garages. There's also a picture of a dog at the front desk in the dealership. There's also some off-sale vehicles on the most sold leaderboard at the dealership. There are some broken handicap signs at Cats Park and the apartments. Some of the new Tacomas have sequential front lights, so whenever you turn on your blinkers, they look pretty cool. There's a secret garage in the back of Just Buy, and on the fence at the Sahara warehouse, whenever you get closer to it, it fades away. There's also a dog on the speaker in Just Buy, and the 2023 Vision Rainer Climax Manta has a Corvette engine in it. There's also a tiny photo of a Crown Vic on Ron's desk, so whenever he's down, he just looks at that. There are interactive vending machines at places like Ron's and the motel, and one of the drinks makes you dance. There's a miniature Fox Mountain truck inside of Fox Bank's hidden room, and there's a secret photo of a different game in the sewers. There also seems to be a lighthouse right next to it. Also, back at the graveyard, there's a grave of Mr. Wendigo, and if you click on his head, his eyes in the gravestone will turn red. There's a tree at the end of the road near Ron's to signal that the map ends there. And the Western Synth Police variant and the Mazda RX-E EV both use gas pumps instead of charging stations. There are two different types of electric superchargers in the Cinex parking lot. There's an openable gate at Hunty's. There's a little text in the dealership that says the GV Gangster was here. You can change the faces on the Western Synth by clicking the numpad. And on the BMW X5M, there are lights on the roof that will change whenever you press G. There are working washer and dryers and Anderson cleaners, and a few of them are out of order. In Truck Planet, there are Suki and Rever banners inside, even though both of those brands were removed. There are cans of Rustaways in Truck Planet, similar to Rusty's, that you can interact with and spray. And right next to it is a can of spilt paint. All job vehicles for Hunties are beater vehicles since they only get paid minimum wage. And there's a realistic working fire in the credit union. The 1987 Bullhorn Canavero talks to you whenever you hop in it.
Please fasten your seatbelts. Thank you.
And out of it.
Don't forget your keys. Thank you.
There are working sponges around the map that can wash your car. The Rolls-Royce Zenith has a statue of Hunter on it. Meanwhile, the Spectre and the Cullinan have a statue of Vincent on it, the design dev. On the menu at Connor's, there seems to be a bacon-flavored custard. Yummy. The Cinex in real life turned into a BP, so we may see a change coming to the gas station soon. In places that are enclosed like parking garages or warehouses, your vehicle will echo when in it. There's an invisible barrier on top of the fence at the daycare to where you can't jump over the fence. There's an iPad in the Lost and Found in the daycare. There are working trash cans across the map that you can throw away items in your inventory. There's a door in the daycare with a high voltage sign on it that leads to nothing. There's also bins full of Legos, so that's fun. And some drawings. There's also a door that goes to a non-detailed room. Pretty sure that should be shut off by now. Inside the red building at the drag strip, there's a white poster that says, "Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah." There are interactive pool toys at the apartments and the water park. There's an interactive shower in the school. There are interactive twist ice cream machines at the water park. I think that's enough of interactive things. But there are bubbles in the hot tubs at the water park. There are working clocks in the watchtower. And there's a hidden door that goes to nowhere in roadmap. And there are laser hazard signs in the headlights of BMWs, hinting that headlights are apparently lasers. There are interactive swinging doors at the station. There are interactive fire alarms across the map that you can pull, and they will practically last forever. You can walk inside the freezers at Bulk Foods. And there are some low-quality light and fit yogurts next to them. Inside the currently being renovated lighted power, there seems to be a sad hunter inside of a paint can. There's an employees only sign on a door in Quick Dollar that leads to nowhere. In the OCSO library, there seems to be a picture of Neil Peart playing the drums at the bottom. And across the street, there's a doggy daycare with a pretty fun logo. In the DOT building, every single monitor has a WizDot logo on it. If you lower the plow truck's plow and drive it, you can actually hear the plow scraping the road. And if you slam on the brakes hard enough, the brake disc will turn orange. Inside of visitors on the wall, there are photos of the food that's actually at the place in real life. Inside Gary's, there's a hidden room that says... On the truckload mirrors, there's a hidden little text that says, "You're really using these on the Celestial." Inside of Gary's, there's a bell on the front desk, and if you click it, it gives you the doorbell ring. When you turn the headlights on in the pumpkin car, they just turn on fire. And the horn is a... There's a secret shed behind the motel that used to be labeled. And the Renault 5 is still available in the dealership, just on a tiny stand. Speaking of the Renault, it has a crazy startup noise. In the drive-thru of Burger House, there seems to be a literal burger house on what seems to be a skateboard. The 2008 Wolfsburg Glide Custom Trim and the 2017 Vision Rainer Limited Optional are both developer cars, the car being Bluezilla's and the truck being Doggon's. The deep fryers have smoke coming out of them. This Mercedes can do some pretty cool donuts. If you hit this jump right, you can get on top or jump over Ron's. You can still throw stuff away in the rusty dumpster at Rusty Gus Junkyard. And at Cinex, there's a sign that says Appleton, Shialton, and Oshkosh, which are cities near Greenville that may be added in the future. You can still drive the 2021 Navara Boundary SV Extended Cab after selling it. There's a silly text inside of Starbucks. Pause the video if you want to read it. The Tesla Roadster makes noises when clicking G and J.
Ludicrous speed! Go!
The Audi RS7 has a secret hidden camera in the grille. And the Centre on the wheel of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan doesn't move when the wheels are moving. The 2005 Ford F-250 single cab has seats in the bed. And the RV uses the real headlights from the 2012 Chevrolet Silverado, which was obviously removed. The Kim K Rolls-Royces can drive underwater. You cannot paint the bed on the Baja Raptor. The 1998 Ford F-150 can make cars sink into the ground. And the left rear window of the Cybertruck shatters after clicking it a few times. The back of the 2023 Bandit Advanced Belco 800 gets more dirtier than the cab in the front. The 2005 Ford F-250 6.8-liter V10 Grand Knight actually has a 6.0-liter V8 diesel. The shopping cart has a Durant branded engine. If you kept your real Cybertruck and watched it get updated, you would see that you can sell it for a lot more than you can now due to the price difference. Maxwell the cat can be found at Bulk Foods. Burger Night sells future meat, but it may contain beef, so if you spray people with a fire hose, it will knock them over. If you click the dots while loading in, you can make confetti appear. If you free cam into any Colt car, you can see the signature from the developer who made it. And on any Mercedes, you can see the dev who made its signature on the windshield. When you spawn the school bus, the number on the side changes. There's Ron Rivers merch inside of the lobby at Ron Rivers, but I already own it. Therefore, I cannot purchase it. The motel has working air conditioners, which are obviously loud as heck. And there are billboards across the map that show land that is available. This car has an intake in the grille. And this car has red running lights. This truck had its horn changed from a train horn to a ship horn, back to a train horn, and now a ship horn again. There's a little smiley face on the bottom of the Boba Haas food truck. In Ron's office, you can see from his awards that he's been Employee of the Year for the past 15 years. This slide at the daycare works. This Mercedes SUV bounces if you press G. At a few buildings across the map, there are parked 18-wheeler trailers hinting that semis may come soon. This car is missing a side mirror. All EU spec cars have automatic hazard lights whenever braking hard. All Polestar vehicles have light-up badges on the top of it whenever you turn it on. There are a ton of details on the interior of this car. You can actually use grills in-game. These gates actually work. This car is based off of the car called Kit from the show Knight Rider. If you select the Henergy job, you get this customized Henergy Edition Mini Cooper. This car has stickers on it that say BKM World, HKX Tuning, and Stratix. This car has only one seat, perfect for lonely people. If you have a small enough car, you can drive into the town hall. And there is only one style of this house left in game. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Most secrets ever done before. So make sure you know, like and subscribe. But thanks to my friend Slowdrift, my friend Snowman. Thank you to P-Dog and Heisenberger for the video idea. But yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.